Welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. And I am your host, Conrad Cushman, and we are back with a review for WWE Fastlane. We are on the road to WrestleMania after this pay-per-view, guys. 4 weeks away from the biggest show of the year in WWE. We got a lot of good things that could come from this. A lot of things that you could be about on this. But we're going to talk about this show, WWE Fastlane, to make a lot of things interesting. Hopefully we get some people in here. We'll have some live chat going on. So if you guys want to talk, discuss some of the matches in the live chat, please feel free to join me. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to my good friends at Everything College Basketball. So shout out to Josh, Peyton, Tyler. Saw your show earlier today, guys. I know it got uploaded late because of some weather issues, but good to see you guys in there. Robert, what's going on, my friend? How are you? See you in the chat. We got a lot of good things going on. And you know what, Robert? Gotta make you a moderator. There you go. You've been modded up. Kick people out who act a fool. And I want to give a shout out to my good friend Foul Original. Foul's been talking to me some personal stuff, some stuff about how we do all the technical stuff behind the scenes. So thank you very much. Shout out to my good friend Kevin playing for Lakers Gaming. Just was talking to him and my brother KC Classic 7. Hopefully you guys are in the live chat and you can join up, guys. So let's get into this. The show took place tonight for Fastlane in Cleveland, Ohio, home of the Cavaliers and the Browns. And this show, I went into it feeling like, what's the word I'm looking for here? Disappointed that we even had to have this show because it's unnecessary going into it. The Royal Rumble sets up everything for WrestleMania. Why do we have two pay-per-views in between to get to WrestleMania? Sometimes I like the longer build and everything else that comes along with it. Whatever. So it goes that way. Now, we started off the show with the kickoff show. They changed the whole kickoff card. Originally, they had Rey Mysterio versus Andrade on the card, which is absolutely stupid in my opinion. Rey Mysterio and Andrade is way better than that. I actually think that's a WrestleMania type match, and they didn't have that in there. So the match got switched to the New Day, Xavier Woods and Big E versus Nakamura, Rusev with Lana in their corner. Now, funny tweet from Xavier Woods saying he would not have known about this match unless he looked on Twitter. How is WWE not communicating with their superstars some of this stuff? Just shake my head, man. I saw another funny tweet too while we're talking about tweets. Dash Wilder, I believe, was the one who had said, "Oh, we're on the main card tonight," and then Cedric Alexander quote tweeted it and said, "Must be nice." So you can tell that a lot of people are unhappy with their position in the company right now. But like I said, guys, the kickoff show, we had New Day versus Rusev and Nakamura. Kofi was told beforehand that he needed to go see the McMahons in the locker room in regards to the WWE title match for tonight. So there's all this speculation of what's going to happen surrounding that. We go to see what's happening in this match. I thought this was a really good match for the kickoff show, but the New Day always deliver in these tag matches. Never a problem. Hence why Kofi Kingston is in there and he is the man. Hey, PR Nightmare 86, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you in the live chat. So they did an excellent job with this. They ended up hitting the midnight hour, or as they call it when it's Big E and Xavier, up, up, down, down. And, dude, good match. I gave it a B-. I thought it was very, very excellent work by the people who were in there and for the position that they were given. I feel so bad still, though, for Rusev and Nakamura. Like, I feel those two guys could be so much more at this point, and they're not. Sucks. But, yes, I give it a grade of a B-. And most of the grades will be in the section below there. and I will wind up putting the last few matches in there. I didn't update those at the end. Wanted to talk about them with you guys. PRN Nightmare says, New Day gonna turn, but still be fan faves. Yeah, New Day's over, man. They sold cereal, for God's sakes, and they throw pancakes out. Like, that's something I never thought I would see get over on a wrestling show. But you know what? Good for New Day. Those are 3 hardworking guys, and I'm happy for their success. Let's get into the main show. So the opening match on this main Fastlane show was for the SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. We had, on one hand, the Usos, and then we had The Miz and Shane McMahon. And, you know, they came out there doing their thing. Excellent match, I thought this one was. Very, very underrated. I thought the Usos did a really good job of selling for The Miz. This is Miz's hometown. His father's in the crowd. People are going nuts. And I was just shocked that Miz got a great reaction like this. But it works. So the Usos did a tremendous selling job for The Miz, which I'm glad they did. But we had some good near falls in this match. I like the pop-up Samoan drop from the Usos. I thought that was a very good near fall. And even the Miz skull-crushing finale. Skull-crushing finale. They did a really good job with that, too. Favorite spot in the match for me was the coast-to-coast. So we had one of the Usos in the corner. I don't remember who. The other one was at the top rope threatening to splash Miz. Miz is in the middle of the ring. The other Usos in the corner. And Shane's standing on top of the corner. So there's kind of like this dueling battle of, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And it's kind of like a movie scene where 2 people have the guns pointed at each other. And it's like, well, what's going to happen? So they look at each other and they're wondering what to do. Shane starts to make a move a little bit, but the Uso who's on the top rope jumps off. Shane, instead of going for coast to coast on the Uso in the corner, jumps and kicks the person out of midair. Excellent spot. I thought that was really cool. Very tough to pull it off. Robert says, I don't like face Miz, but I love the Miz. You're going to have to explain that a little bit more, sir, in the chat. I want to hear more about that. So after that, Miz ends up going for a top rope move. We never see Miz go to the top rope. He is going to attempt a frog splash. Never seen Miz do a frog splash before in his life. But he tried to hit like D'Lo Brown style. The Uso on the ground puts his knees up. Another roll up. 1, 2, 3. The Usos retain their SmackDown Live Tag Team titles. Overall grade for this match was a B. And Shane McMahon then went outside. There's this kind of like, oh, it's all right, man. We're good. And then they go over to Miz's dad, shake his hand, everything. Miz starts to walk off. Shane's following behind him. And then Shane runs up and decks Miz right from behind. And he starts putting the hands to him. Not the usual Shane McMahon phantom shadow boxing punches. I mean, he put hands on Miz. And he gave him an ass whooping. And you know what? Good for Shane. Shane needed to do that. He really did. PRN Nightmare says he agrees. Very nice execution on his frog splash. Yeah, it looked good. You just didn't think he was going to hit it. It just felt awkward to see Miz do something like that. He tried to do it D'Lo style. D'Lo's one of the best at the frog splash. Can't be mad. But afterwards, he beats him down. Shane even uses like a kind of triangle choke on Miz to knock him out. And Miz's father complained. Shane grabbed him by his face and then shoved him back in his seat. Really good heel work by Shane McMahon here. Connor says, this was a decent match to open the show. I really enjoyed it. Excellent, Connor. I agree. I thought this was very well done. Shane McMahon turned heel. I did not guess this. I would have thought Miz was turning heel. I've always preferred Miz as a heel, but it's good to see Shane as a heel too. He needed something fresh. Ever since WrestleMania 32 season, when he came back as a babyface, he's been a face for almost, what is this now, 3 years? Time to freshen it up a little bit for Shane O'Mac. But definitely cool to see it. So we're going to probably get a match at Mania between these two. And I'm hoping it's a street fight or no DQ. But I look forward to it. We had some interview segment with McIntyre, Lashley, and Corbin. At that point, I exited the room to get some water. I was told it sucked. So, surprise, surprise. I mean, not sucked, but they didn't do anything great, and it was what you expected. Elias comes out singing, yawn. I'm tired of Elias I shouldn't say I'm tired of him. I hate that they flip-flopped him back and forth. It makes it hard for me to invest in this character. Whatever. So we get to the third match on this card, which was the SmackDown Live Women's Title match. Mandy Rose versus Asuka. Shane heel, Vince heel, Stephanie and Hunter face. I don't know if Stephanie's a face. The McMahon family's been portraying themselves very differently, PR Nightmare. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do. Like, they've been jumping back and forth. Like, I feel like Vince is a heel and Shane's a heel, but Stephanie's wishy-washy, and she's always jumped back and forth. And then Triple H is a face right now. Weird. I don't know. Wrestling's in a weird state for who's a face, who's a heel. Mandy Rose versus Asuka is next. So Sonya Deville came out with Mandy Rose. Mandy, man. Very, very weird match. I don't know. This was all okay. There were some problems in it, but they tried their best. I thought that they did okay with it. I did not like the whole Sonya Deville was looking for something under the ring. I guess it was a kendo stick or something to help Mandy in the match, and Mandy ended up slipping on the apron or the kendo stick. I don't know what the heck happened. She went down, ate a spinning kick from Asuka. 1, 2, 3. Asuka retains the SmackDown Live Women's title, just as she should. C match. Mandy turns on Sonya are my thoughts. Yeah, I think we're going to eventually see that. But with the tag division, I thought they were such a good team, and they worked so well together with Mandy Rose and Sonya. And I see some more people entering in. Guys, do me a favor. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and talk in the chat box. The chat is live right now, and I'll read your comments as we talk about the matches. But yeah, Asuka really doesn't have anybody to face at WrestleMania. Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Lacey Evans. I don't know. I don't know about that. Hopefully it's a good match, but for now, Asuka retains. I'm happy. Can we please do something with Asuka on SmackDown? Please, find something for this woman to do. Next, Kofi Kingston is told that he is going to be placed in the main event, and that match is coming up next by Vince McMahon. He said, you are going to fight for the WWE Championship. So Kofi's excited. He's like, oh, I'm going to be in my big title match. Let's go. He's out there and he's happy. And after Xavier and Big E pleaded for Vince to give him the match, Vince says, go ahead. Kofi's the first one out there. Everyone's happy for Kofi. And then the match gets switched to a handicap match where both competitors are allowed in the ring at once. Kofi Kingston gets destroyed by the bar. He had some moments where he fought back, but Kofi was destroyed by them, basically. The bar beats down Kofi. They had him in half Boston Crabs together. They're both allowed in the ring at the same time. It was just a beatdown on Kofi. And he ended up getting hit with their finishing move, the combo of the white noise and whatever Cesaro does off of it. They beat Kofi down. I didn't give this match a rating. I put NA. It's a dud to me. This is all good, though. Like, as mad as you get watching it sometimes, Kofi's going to be at WrestleMania. Kofi versus Daniel Bryan is the match that I think is coming up. PRN Nightmare says, really hating how Kofi still doesn't get his due. Kofi's going to get his due, and I'm hoping it's at WrestleMania. It's time. The man is long overdue. 11 years of hard work, and I don't care. Kofi's the man, in my opinion. Kofi has been good since 2008. At me, bro. I don't really care. You can say whatever you want. I thought he did a really good job. Jesus De Leon, welcome to the chat, my friend. Good to see you in here. Another member of Everything Pro Wrestling. There's a bunch of links and stuff in the description, guys. If you're just getting in here, do me a favor. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed and you're enjoying the content. And come in here and talk with these guys. They are having fun in this chat. What the F are they doing with EC3? Shaking my head. You know what? At least EC3 was allowed to talk tonight. I thought he actually shined in that segment. Live chat, what do you guys think with what they did with EC3 talking to Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville? I think EC3 and Mandy Rose would be quite the combo on SmackDown, too. A good role for him. Just putting it out there. Even Riddick Moss and Tino Sabatelli with EC3 I think would be a good tag team. Sonya is fire. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Match number 5. So we're defending the Raw Tag Team titles at this point. It's going to be a 3-way tag match. We have Ricochet and Aleister Black versus Roode and Gable versus the champs, the Revival. Really good match. Lots of fun in here. Everything you would expect, the moves you would expect to see from these guys, they went out and they delivered in this match. The match ends with a shatter machine on Chad Gable. Chad Gable took it like a boss, right on the chin, and I give it a grade of a B. I like this match, and it made the Revival look good. They finally got their win. And you know what? Vince and them are so petty. Back to that tweet I said where he said we're going to be on the main card and get an entrance. Dude, they had, when the Revival came out, they found a way to have the announcers get panned over to all the foreign announce teams and introduce them. Come on, WWE. You're doing that on purpose. Rob says EC3 is dead. PRN Nightmare says, still don't care for him. He reminds me of a Rick Rude ripoff. That match was really good. The top guys retain it. Jesus, I agree, bro. Chad Gable deserves better. Yes, he does. Chad Gable is so underrated, dude. And Bobby Roode is too, man. Bobby Roode is not getting any younger. Give this man a push, please. But I thought they did very well with all of this. I gave it a grade of a B. Good match. Fun. Like I said, you're seeing a recurring theme on this card. And look, that was match 5. On some of these other shows, we have 7 matches, and the card is over like 4 hours. Way too long. So we had another match added, which was the U.S. title match. It was a fatal 4-way match with Samoa Joe, the new champion, versus Rey Mysterio versus Andrade versus R-Truth. Dude, this is probably my top match of the night. It's probably tied with another title match that we'll get to later on. But, dude, so many good spots in this. Even with R-Truth doing the lie detector, lots of spinning kicks. R-Truth was on point in this. Samoa Joe did a good job. He was the power man throughout. And Rey Mysterio and Andrade, the chemistry is just lovely. Lovely. The hurricanranas off shoulders, the head scissor takedowns, the moves to the outside on the floor, they really showed off in this match. But in the end, Samoa Joe still found a way to retain his championship, as he should. Samoa Joe is the man. He did a lot of good work in this match. I thought it was a B+ for a fatal 4-way. Not anything too different from SmackDown, but better than the SmackDown one, I thought. Really good, this match. Let me hear. Let's see what we got here. PRN Nightmare 86 said, I heard Luke Harper was at a live show this week. Was hoping he showed up today. Luke Harper appeared in Rochester, New York. I think that's his hometown, actually, where he's from. Robert, me and Robert know about Luke Harper talking crap about Buffalo fans because of hockey. Harper, don't talk about the Sabres, man. All right? But yeah, Luke Harper shows up around these parts. When I was at an NXT live show probably a month or 2 ago, you guys can listen to the review on the channel, actually, if you go back and look for it. Luke Harper was actually there, and he showed up and fought Ricochet for the North American title. Very cool, though. Luke Harper, is very underrated. Someone that is really good. Ray was killing in this match. Dude, Jesus, I'm not going to disagree with that, my friend. I thought Rey Mysterio did an excellent job. Where are we now? Oh, we get to the women's tag. Bro. What were they doing with this? So we had the champs Sasha Banks and Bayley defending against Nia Jax and Tamina. I don't remember how this match freaking ended at this point. Listen, Sasha Banks and Bayley retained. Nia and Tamina lose, whatever. I gave it a grade of a C-. It wasn't all that. I thought that it was hurting the match a lot. So after the match, we had Nia Jax and Tamina destroy Banks and Bayley. They're slamming them, beating them down, and they actually took and whipped Sasha Banks over the announce table. Sasha took a nasty spill here. And you guys wonder why Sasha's always hurt or injured. Why is she taking spills and bumps over the announce table like getting murdered? Unnecessary, but whatever. She looked like she was okay. Beth Phoenix was standing in the wrong place at the wrong time because her and Tamina wound up face to face. And Tamina got in Beth's face and looked like she wanted to do something, and Beth and her started brawling. Beth Phoenix ended up getting the beat down, tossed in the ring, and Nia Jax and Tamina pounded on her. Who comes out to make the save but her former tag team partner, Natty. Natalya comes out, and she's in her athletic gear trying to fight them off, but they beat her down as well. So I think we're going to see Natty and Beth Phoenix potentially take on Sasha and Bayley at WrestleMania. Maybe as a team. Who knows? But I can't wait to see what they do with this. It looks like they're going to have to fight Nia Jax and Tamina first, though, to earn that right at the tag team titles. But it'll be interesting to see here. We are getting some comments here. Oh, I already know Sabres and Bills suck. Hey, knock it off, PR Nightmare. Don't talk about our hometown teams. Jesus says, you think Rusev and Lana are leaving? Yes, I do think they are going to end up leaving eventually. They're too talented to stay in WWE and not get what they're looking for. I changed to my Forza, PR Nightmare says. Nia almost knocked out Tamina when she did the leg drop. Oh, yes, that was good too. Nia Jax bounced off the rope and did this like stupid face. I thought it was funny when she did it, but when she bounced off the ropes, Tamina wasn't ready and she looked like she almost flew off the apron. Leg drop though on, I think it was Natty, or maybe it was Beth. I can't remember, but good leg drop there. He says, you think Beth and Natty versus Boston Hug connection? Yes, sir, I do. That Shane turn was shocking. Yes, Jesus, we talked about that earlier. Excellent heel turn by Shane McMahon. Love Beth, but she was unbearable on commentary. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Rob. I'm not a big Beth Phoenix fan on the commentary side. Not my thing for her, but I think she'd be a better manager or a different role than that. So that was a C- match. Good after effects, though, for it. But I didn't include that in there. So the WWE title match was next. And this was my other match of the night. Like, I think this would the award would have to be split for the night between the U.S. title match and this one. Really good. So they announced it as a triple threat match still. So you're like, oh, maybe Kofi's going to come out. But he got his ass beat. So we don't know where Kofi's going to come from. Kevin Owens comes out first. He looks like he's ready for his match. We had Daniel Bryan with Eric Rowan. And then we had Mustafa Ali enter his name into this match. And at first, the crowd turned on Mustafa Ali, which I don't understand because Mustafa Ali would have been in Kofi's spot. So I don't think it's right to boo the man. I think he's just trying to do his best. But when I talked to some other people in my little like fantasy booking, I said that if Kofi wins the belt at Mania, Mustafa Ali would be the first person I feud him with. Because Ali's going to say, hey, that was my spot. You took it from me. And maybe you turn Ali heel. You got a bunch of different things you could do with that. But back to this match for the WWE title. Dude, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, and Mustafa Ali went out there and they crushed it, dude. I don't know how much practice these guys had, but this match worked. The first spot when Mustafa Ali was climbing to the top rope and Daniel Bryan like kneed him off, Mustafa Ali went flying from the middle rope to climbing up to the top all the way into the barricade. Excellent stuff. Kevin Owens hitting the stunner once again in this match. Cool to see him do that. I like Kevin Owens' stunner a little bit. I'm starting to get used to it, but he's got to win the matches with it, I feel. Let's see here. Goober says, how's it going? Mr. Goober, it's going good today. Just talking some WWE Fastlane. Jesus says, you think Paige will replace Renee at commentary? It's worth a shot. Why not? Austin. Austin, I noticed that too when Rollins yelled that. My dad was wondering what happened because he came up and watched this with me and he was like, one more MF in time. Rollins. Nelson is a Miami fan. Nelson, you're losing points with me, my man. Come on. Let's get back to this WWE title match, though. So we had that spot. They were out on the floor doing some crazy stuff. We saw him hit the, the 054. Crazy match, dude. Crazy. The 450 onto the apron. That really even impressed my dad. And he's not Mr. like Flippy. He's like Vince McMahon. That stuff doesn't impress him. Really good stuff here. On the outside, how about the pop-up powerbomb onto the apron on Ali? And then Ali still found a way to kick out after when he got pinned. I thought it was over. And I was just like, dude, this match is really good. And then Ali comes back in the ring. They have Kevin Owens get taken out some way. He's outside the ring. Ali comes off the ropes. He does like a flip, and then during the flip, Daniel Bryan does a running knee to his face and takes him out. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3. Daniel Bryan retains. I wouldn't have had it any other way. Daniel Bryan wins the match. I gave this match a B+ as well. Really, really good match. If you guys want to go back and see anything, I would recommend the US title match and that WWE title match for sure at this point. What else are we doing here? Jesus says, this match was really great. I'm happy the fans were chanting Ali's name at the end. Ali won them over, man. I give that's a credit to his character, and I think Bryan really helped him out. Number one, calling him up to the main roster, but helped him in this match make himself look good. PR Nightmare says, did you hear Corey Graves was talking earlier about bad fathers and switched real quick when he was to talk about Vince and Shane, like, oh, Vince can hear me. Austin Stroop, I feel like not many people are going to talk about the Raw Tag Team Championship match. That was also great. It was very fun. I just thought it was a notch below this one because it's exactly what we expected to see. I thought that these other guys just went in and put in just a little bit more work, but the Raw Tag title match, I gave that a B as well. Jesus says, I thought Kevin Owens was about to win when he did the stunner and the pop-up powerbomb. Yeah. And Jesus does not like Corey Graves at commentary, apparently. Let's talk about Becky Lynch versus Charlotte, shall we? My grade says NA. You know why? This match was a dud. Now, talking in a group with my boys, WWE Ramble, Splash Bro Kyron, Malik Kelly, we were all talking about this throughout. You had to do this to set up the match. I get it. I just want Becky to be built up better after this, though. Like, going forward, Becky has to look like a badass. No more of this, the way they treated her. So let's get into the match. So Becky comes out on the crutch. Her knee still hurt. Charlotte's basically fighting a woman who has one leg, who can't do too much. Whatever. They have it where Becky looks like she's going to win. Tease the arm, the disarmer on Charlotte. Charlotte gets out of it, stomps her knee. She goes for the figure eight. Here comes Ronda Rousey running awkwardly like a to the ring. And I'm not saying that to mess with her. I just think Ronda walks and runs very awkwardly. But whatever. She comes out there. She starts punching Becky in her chest, in her stomach, and everything else. And she gets the DQ to happen. Ronda just smiles and walks away. Charlotte's pissed because now there's another person in the women's title match for the Raw brand at WrestleMania, and it's going to be a triple threat match now. So we have all the graphics for this. WrestleMania is set. Triple threat match for the Raw women's title. It is what it is at this point, folks. I hope that they can deliver a really good match and that they're working hard at it, but we have to book Becky better, in my opinion, so that she looks like a star. The ending was super weak. The building has been yeah. Changed it over to Forza. Knew Ronda was going to interfere. Yes, that match was okay, but went for too long. That would have been okay if it was like 3 minutes long. Yeah, I like Ronda's demeanor tonight. Yeah, she did much better, and she did have to cut a promo, so that was a good thing too. And now we're about to get to the main event, guys. If you haven't already, do me a favor. Click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys want to talk more wrestling. I'll have a Raw review up tomorrow as well. Just make sure that you guys are leaving comments, talk in the chat here, and make sure you check out the links in the description. We get to another segment before the main event, though. I forgot about this. They announced on Raw, so tomorrow night we're going to have Finn Balor and Lashley for the Intercontinental title. Triple H is going to go face-to-face with Batista. We'll see if this actually happens. We're going to get some more Elias after that. Elias comes out playing his guitar. Cleveland sucks. Rah, rah, rah. Yawn, yawn, yawn. And then Lacey Evans comes out. She does her usual stroll down. Does nothing. Goes back up the ramp. Elias just smiles. And then while Elias is looking at her up the ramp, an RKO out of nowhere. And the fans go nuts for it. I love it when Randy Orton does one of those. I thought it was funny. I started laughing. And then AJ Styles comes out of nowhere with a phenomenal forearm. And this match at WrestleMania is going to be between two of the most skilled wrestlers in WWE who can make everything look flawless. So I'm kind of interested in this match. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but Jesus says Elias is boring, very emotional, and doubt I had that Dean was leaving is gone. It was awesome, but I wanted. Oh, Austin talk about the main event. PR Nightmare says he liked the main event. KC Classic says, "What up, bro? KC, how are you, sir?" Goober says, "Will Lacey Evans do anything besides walk down the aisle?" Well, if she's gonna get that WrestleMania match against Asuka, she's only got 4 weeks, so she better do something. Let's talk about the main event, guys. We got the Shield versus Baron Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley. This was a brawl, just like any other Shield match. Surprisingly, the Shield all played well together, and they kind of made it seem like this is the final time we're going to see the Shield. So it kind of brought a sad moment. A lot of great Shield matches, especially when they were first a group. Those 6-man tags are great. They were always a part of Raw and SmackDown you could enjoy. And it was good to see these guys in the ring here. Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley as a team, not so much. I was kind of hoping they got beat down. But good opponents for him, I guess, in that retrospect, right? So, lots of beatdowns in this match. Roman really didn't enter too much in the beginning until towards the end. There were some botches in here, like Corbin went to go do one of his moves where he slides out under the ring. He still caught a piece of Roman's boot. Whatever. Roman went in, did his thing. He did his spots that he usually does. I thought it was a well-done match. McIntyre got put through the table with a Shield powerbomb. This was a really fun match if you want to go back and watch this one too. If you like Shield matches, you'll like this. It was classic, did everything it was supposed to do. Baron Corbin ends up eating freaking dirty deeds, curb stomps. I think Lashley ate the curb stomp on the table. Spears, he got powerbombed at the end, and the Shield picked up the victory. The Shield all went in, put the fist in. Dude, can't be mad, man. The Shield, it was one of the best factions WWE ever put together themselves since, like, DX. I absolutely love the Shield. I don't know if some people are Evolution fans, but I think the Shield always had good matches, always had purpose, and in a time when WWE was really down, one of the bright lights. So I'm happy to see the Shield together, and it'll be interesting to see what they do with Dean Ambrose going forward, or if it's going to be him and Roman at WrestleMania. I guess we're going to have to find out tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Let's see here what we got. That RKO was funny. I like Elias, but he just ain't used right. Thought Bobby was going through the table too. Yeah. Guys, in the chat, if you had to give this show a grade real quick, let me know what you would give it as a grade, because overall, I'm giving this show a B-. It teetered between that and a C+ because of those stupid dud finishes on 2 of the matches, but B- is my final grade for the show. Live chat, help me out here. What do you got for me before we send this show off? I'm looking. I'm waiting here to see what we get. I got B- as well from PR Nightmare. Okay. Interesting. F. Just kidding. Seriously, I say a B though. Okay. Jesus was fair about that. B- from Goober. Alright, so I seem to be on par with the EPW crew. One last time though, guys, I want to let you know that I appreciate each and every one of you being in here before the show ends. Let me give some shout outs to 89 ESR, my man Robert. Thank you so much for being in here. Robert put trash. Just kidding. It's a show that didn't need to be here though. Still, I agree with you, Robert. We had a private conversation about that during the show. PRN Nightmare, thank you, man. Connor was in here. We have Jesus De Leon. I appreciate you, brother. I'm glad that you're always in these live chats. You always add to the conversation, just like the rest of you guys do. KC Classic 7, Goober 316, Austin Stroop. Thank you guys so much for showing up and being in here. You guys are the best. BTE is tomorrow. I'm hype. Robert said very generous C+. Ooh, tough. Yes, BTE is tomorrow, being the elite. Guys, we're on the road to WrestleMania. The hype begins now. You guys see the subscriber goal. I'm over 300. Thank you everybody who has recently subscribed to the channel, whether it's from Fire Pro, me giving my live reviews on stuff. I'm trying to be everything pro wrestling, and I want to represent the fans. I think the fans have been forgotten about with all these podcasts about wrestlers and everything else. By the fans, for the fans. I know it's a silly slogan that a lot of people always hear people say, but I mean it. I want to represent the wrestling community and I hope I'm doing a good job for you guys. With all that being said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we're out, guys. I'll be back tomorrow night with a Monday Night Raw review. I'm out. Peace.